Okay, everyone, and I'm going to share with you again. This is the caddy I'm making for a 4th of July treat. It is using the Arched caddy box from SVG cutting files, and it is cut before it's all put together. I cut it at 8.597 inches wide. The height is 10.6, and then excuse me, the stars, the bear, and America title are all from Scrapping Bug Designs. It's just America, I think was the title of it. Just taking a look if I have it. America, Bears, and Stars. So I don't know if it could just be America too. It might be how I labeled it. The little bunting is from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs. My title piece is cut at 4 inches. The bear is about 2 1/4 inches high. I did on the title, you probably can't see it, but there's a black offset on the letters of 0.10 for each letter. I didn't do any welding. I just layered them on separate. Gave it a little bit more dimension. This and the bear are also popped up on foam tape. My stars all have the Spectrum Noir sparkle. It's the kind that I paint on with the paintbrush. So does the white and then the little blue balls for the bunting. The little stars here have yellow stickles. And then the center of her bow has a red, it's the red, ruby red slippers, glitter drops from Nouveau. Really like that stuff. My background paper is all from Miss Kate Cuttables. Excuse me, I couldn't think all of a sudden. And then the white that I did, where I can see the best here, I did an offset shadow of all of these pieces, the layering pieces that come with this caddy pattern. I also did them at 0.10. I just wanted an extra layer. It gives extra strength to the caddy itself. So thought I'd share that with you. And then this is part of a gift set I'm doing, if you're wondering. So there's a reason. I know I'm early, but I'm trying to get ahead on some things and just can't quite get settled on what I want to do. So that's kind of where I'm at here, just kind of all over the place. But what I'm doing is, what I added, and this is the reason the caddy is the size it is I'm putting in the sprinkles, get this out of the way a little bit, from Wilton's to either, put on cookies or cupcakes or whatever. I did put a little bit of crinkle paper in there. I'll put that back between them. Anyway, I thought this would be a cute little gift if you, like I said, it's going to be part of a set. It's not complete yet. But if you like to give cookies to someone, decorate cookies, you could put a couple of cookies in here, or you could do this, you could, add any kind of little thing. And you don't have to use it just for 4th of July. It just so happened that that's what I felt like working on. I don't know, I just love this little set and the bunting and stuff. So I thought, yeah, it all works. And I don't know, I apologize how much the camera is actually picking up the sparkle on the stars and stuff, but it really, really pops and it just sticks out. So, and then this set I did pop up on a little bit of foam tape, and I'm thinking it's missing something. I just can't quite figure out what. So I'm going to take some little, well, I have one here, but it's not the right color. So please just use your imagination, because I have to go and do some painting. But I'm going to take a little clothespin. I have smaller ones that I'm going to actually use. And I'm going to redo this set of stars and put on there and just put that on the little clothespin. I have a real mini one. I just don't know where they are right now. They're in here somewhere. I just had that one close. So that is my set. It is about, just to give you an idea, I think it's good 2 inches deep. Yep, it is 2 inches deep. And I like that because it just fit these. I measured, so they just had a little bit of wiggle room with that in there. So if you want to stick around, I will share with you paper piecing, and also how I put the box together if you're interested. So you can stay for that. I'll have that at the end of the video. If not, though, I do want to thank you all for joining me. Have an awesome day, and I hope you're all well. Take care. Okay, so I'm going to share with you how I put my little caddy together. This is from SVG Cutting Files. It's the Arched Caddy box. Mine is cut at 8.597 wide, 10.6 high. I designed mine to fit something special, so that's why it's those sizes. I did then, from the pieces that you get to layer inside here, I wanted a little bit more dimension and color, so I took white and I did up these pieces only. I did an offset at 0.10, and then you can put them here. So that's, it just gives a little bit more color, and it also will make the box much sturdier. Before I put that piece on though, I'm going to start on my two sides. Now this is going to be the top, so I have to be careful because I have pattern paper here. I do want to mention that I did ink all of my edges on here, not on the back but on the front, and you just won't be able to see simply because it's very true to the color of the paper itself. So okay, I'm just stop and think where I put this glue. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started here. My paper, sticky stuff here, this glue. My paper is from, not the blue and the white, but the pattern paper is from misskate.com. I think it's just Miss Kate Cuttables paper. And I think I'd gotten it last year already for some 4th of July pattern or paper stuff I was working on. So here's where I was saying I have to be careful to get my pieces going the right direction. I did not ink these pattern papers, nor did I do anything with the white. This I did just leave separate. I think I had some that would match fairly well, but I just decided to leave it alone. Okay, I'm going to come back and do the other side, and I'm not doing the bottom of it or the back. I didn't think that far ahead. I can always come back and do the back very easily. The bottom, I actually will probably be reinforcing, so, which I often do. Just kind of, I think I bypassed spring. I'm still thinking of some possible, I don't know, May Day little baskets for my sister's co-workers to do something, or I'm not sure. I haven't decided. It's hard when I don't have my own co-workers to right now to do anything for. Hoping that changes soon, but never know. But okay, again, working with that arch toward the top. Oops. This piece, I decided the front piece to keep fairly, what I want to say, well, not so busy, just because I would be putting other things on, so I wanted it, you know, a little bit quieter paper, so to speak. Okay. All of a sudden it's getting cloudy. It was bright sunshine, and now it's just darker than dark. Okay, before I can put this on, I actually want to put just these two tabs up, simply because I want this paper to go over the top of that. So let me at least put this on, my white. That's ready to go. My bottle of glue is getting to the bottom, and it's been getting to the bottom for a little while, but it starts to ooze out. And I thought I saw, I'll have to try it. I have to get some Vaseline. I think I saw if you put Vaseline on, it won't do that. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm gonna try it. Okay. I thought I did. I put my bone folder away, so I'll just use, oops, orange, this edge for now. Okay, just adding the glue and the extra layers of paper make this much sturdier also. I like that the notch is already cut out. You don't have to do any of that. That's awesome. Sorry, this should be coming down shortly. I was struggling for some time with project ideas and things. You know, I have ideas, but just, I think more I just couldn't get myself to settle down and make anything. And I'm trying to get out of that. I just kind of overwhelmed with several things going on, so I need to also work on I want to say my Christmas mini album to get that finished, and I have a fall one I'm also working on, so I hope to be coming on, and the Christmas one I will at least show you what I started, and I have several paper pieces I have to make. They're all fairly small, but I just have to come in and find what I want to use. So I'll try to get that video up to share with you soon what I did. Oh, I need a little more glue than that. And I try to get this very straight when I put this together. Sometimes it works better even just to lay it down so your pieces have to meet squarely. And come in, and once I hold it and get it tight, then come in and burnish it. Now before I glue this piece down, it's easier for me to work to get, well, this piece in, and it'll cover up my tabs down there. Not that you're really going to see it a whole lot, because you're going to have stuff in there, and you're also going to be, I'm putting some shredded paper in, you know, just for fill, just a little bit. I just think it finishes it off so much nicer when you do it that way. So here, let me get my other glue here. Maybe we'll have a little bit speedier service, right? This little caddy could be used for anything. If you made it, I actually think I did a project last year with some watermelon stuff. I believe this is what I used. If you use a 12 by 12 piece of paper, you could make it even bigger. Just, if you do that, that's great. I just would recommend maybe using quite heavy paper though. Just, I have American Crafts paper, and it's quite heavy as it is, but if you have basil, that would be better. And I'll show you one other thing in a moment. I want to get this down. Pretend this piece is together. If you joined two of these at the back, you could do that too. So a lot of different things you could do. Okay, let's get the front piece on, and I'm going to put glue on both sides and try to kind of do them together, just otherwise it's going to be kind of difficult. So, and now that it's pretty squared up, it will be much easier to do that. Gonna come in. I'm just kind of pressing the ruler in first. I'm not trying to move it too much, okay? Just because you don't want those sides to move. This one's pretty good. Very carefully moving that ruler so it doesn't move the side of the box. So there's the box Caddy so far, and believe it or not, I got my pieces all go in the right direction. First time for everything. Okay, then as I mentioned, you know, I've done my paper piecing. I put the little glue on there. I think the glue is not dry, but I think I'm going to pop this up. I really do. I can get glue on there. This piece, the yellow stickles are not quite dry, but I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put it on flat. Just putting some glue on here. And I want to make sure, I don't know if I told you when I did the paper piecing. Well, first of all, this was cut at 4 inches, the banner, okay? And the blue and the white of the banner, I did use some Spectrum Noir Sparkle in clear. I didn't want to overwhelm it with too much glitter, and I don't do a lot with glitter paper. I don't like cutting it, especially this small. So that's why that's there. Okay, I'm gonna cut a piece more of my foam. Maybe get my scissors out. I think I told you I got this new little Fisker scissors. Well, much sharper than I first expected. It said it was sharp enough now to cut scissors. Excuse me, fabric. I believe it. Oh my goodness. It's yeah, it's quite tight, or quite sharp. Let's see. Just kind of figuring out where I want to cut this off for that, and then about I cut fairly straight here, and then I'll just add on to it. Oh, let's see, I think I'm going to have a problem where the America is, so let's do that separate. Yep. This is kind of how I roll when I do things. Everything is kind of, well, what about this? What about that? And just keep adding on or subtracting. I don't ever have an actual plan when I do this stuff. Probably I should, but that really would be no fun. So, okay, got one layer on. Making sure it's not covered, and then I'll do that. Like I said, if the red hadn't been, if the red was drier, it would make it a little easier, but this will work. I'm sure before I get done, I'll figure out more pieces to add to it. So I'm just showing you right now the basics of what I'm going through to do it. And then let's see, what do we need here? I'm going to carefully lay this so that it doesn't fall off. Get a piece for the head. Just a tiny bit too big. We're good. haven't even thought about Mother's Day. I have a tag I made a while back that I'm ready to, I've got that, but yeah, I'm just not sure what I'm doing this year. I hadn't really thought too much ahead, to be honest. On Mother's Day, we don't always do a lot. I'll make a card for my mom. I've got the stamp set for that to work on. But yeah, I just don't think it'll be a lot. Put that little piece there. If you have any questions or things you want me to make for you, or things you'd like to see how to put together, etc., be sure to leave a comment, please. I will do my best to figure out what we can do or help you out. If I don't have the file, I can either try to get it or figure something out. So, whoops, drop my foam piece. The only reason I'm using the Fabri-Tac right now is because my my other beacon glue is about shot, and it's almost gone, that bottle, and I completely forgot to use my beacon for my foam. It's sitting here and kind of hidden away. I didn't think about it. Make sure that's gonna, yeah, it's not gonna show. Okay, well, a little piece here, if I can manage. That little piece will fit there. And then I'd like to try to get a little piece here, a little piece here, so I'll just cut a narrow piece off. Probably definitely not needed, but I always add too much foam, I guess. Probably why my glue, or my tweezers is always so full of glue too. Okay, not gonna show we're good with that. And then this little piece, I'll have to cut off just a tad bit. I don't want to do it the easy way this time. I'll just put some glue here. All right. I want to try to miss that star best I can when I put it on. So pretty good. We'll put it pretty close to the bottom. Then I have some other stars I want to put on there. Otherwise, it'll pretty much be done. I'm not doing a lot of extra trim or anything this time. Okay, so this is pretty much right at the bottom. It missed the star up there, so we're good with that. Now I have 3 white, 3 blue, and 3 red stars. And give me just a quick moment. I just want to make sure everything is still, that you still can see things. Sometimes I'm not sure, so I apologize. So I was thinking, kind of had this planned out on Design Space, and then I, of course, moved it around some. Let's see. And yeah, okay. So what I want to do is, I do want these popped up a little bit, so first I want to glue them together. So I'm just gonna put a little glue. All of my stars also, if you can't see it, they do have the Spectrum Noir, excuse me, this, oh, what did I call that stuff? Well, it's just Spectrum Sparkle that I showed you, that little bottle. And then I'm gonna move my box a moment and put this one down here. Just put a little bit of glue on the edges. And then I want to come in. I will put just a little bit of foam tape on the bottom of those stars, so just need a little bit because they're going to be coming off the box, the top. They're not going to just rest on it. So one moment here. Get just a little bit of glue to get those on. My fingers have dried glue on them and it's sticking to everything. Okay, so what I was thinking about, like right here approximately, so I'll put some glue on that. Can I figure out where my foam tape is for one thing? Once the glue dries, it will be very strong on there. I just oh, I forgot I was gonna say, oh my goodness, I just don't want to move it around, and yeah, it'll stick good. Okay. And I'm not sure how I want these to go here, so bear with me. So put the red one down. I think if you were giving a little gift for 4th of July, or you wanted to give some cookies or candy or whatnot, this would be a fun little box to decorate up. You could use any design on the front of it that you have, you know, for 4th of July. It's not that you have to use this one. I just thought this one was cute. So like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using it for a scrapbook layout also. I just have to get that far. Get back in, and I saw the design or the layout on Pinterest. It was not 4th of July or anything. But thought it would work good. It was a digital layout, in fact. I use those a lot for designs. Excuse me. Okay, now kind of going with, well, we had the white first behind and then the red and the blue. Now we hit the red behind, the blue and the white. I'm going to go with the blue behind. And the white and the red on top this time. And if I feel it needs something else somewhere, I just add it later. This will sit on my desk for a week or so. I'll look at it, think, oh, it needs this, or I don't know, maybe it doesn't need anything. And then all of a sudden I realize, yeah, that's what it needs. So then I go and add it. So, you know, if it changes, you'll know why. I'm just had a thought, but I don't think it's just not gonna work. At first I thought, well, maybe I could put some little bling in between this, at least in the center of one of the stars, the main star, that's the top one, but yeah, ain't gonna look good, so we'll leave it alone. Like I said, I'm sure I'll come back with something. I don't know if the camera's picking it up real well, but the sparkle, when you look at it just in person, adds a lot. Now I'm thinking if I take this cluster and put it over here, it's just going to be too much for it. So I'm going to leave it alone as it is. I will come back and show you the finished design when I get everything put in. So do want to thank you. And if you stick around, I will share with you the paper piece for the bear and the America piece. So thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you how I do the paper piecing for the bear. The banner I had already put together just because it's sometimes the little pieces that get to be a pain, because this is only 4 inches long. So my little stars are maybe about 3/16 of an inch, and this one's just over 1/4 of an inch. So very little pieces. And then I'm going to set that aside because I'm still waiting for the stickles to go dry on the stars. My title, in case I forgot to mention, I don't know if it's going to show on here real well. It shows a little bit, just gives more dimension and stuff, but I did the background, the red that the pattern comes with, and then each individual letter I separated, and then I put an offset shadow behind it of 0.10. So 0.10. It's very small, but it just kind of fills in a little bit of the extra space, and then it gives, like I said, more dimension. So that was something, and that's also cut at 4 inches wide because that's the front of my piece. So now I'm going to go ahead and get started paper piecing the bear. Got all my pieces here out somewhat. First I'm going to do the little dress here. I did ink the edges of her dress very lightly with a smoky slate from Stampin' Up. I was going to use a blue, but anything I have, the lightest blue I have, and I don't really, it just gives a different color. It's not what I was looking for blue. And then the next color I thought, well, might be a little too dark. So now keep in mind, these are very little pieces. My overall bear size is approximately, let's see, about 2.5 inches when it's finished. Because by the time you put this on, the banner and the bear, it's not real big. So just kind of doing things maybe backwards for you guys, but best I can here to figure this out. Okay, so then I'm going to put the hat together. To make this stick a little better, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom. The top part is the most curved of the two, and then you have the more round. It's curved, but it's not quite as curved, I guess I'll say, best I can tell you. I'll wait to put the bow on it in a minute. Excuse me. Apologize for getting in front of you, but I'm just going to put the bow together. Got plenty of glue on there. And I have to apologize for my dirty paper here. I was working on this and it just, instead of keep changing it, I just use it till it's pretty grungy. I put the little dot on the bow. Let's see if that little extra light will help. So I put a little bit of the circle in the bow. I'm going to lay it here for now, but I'm actually going to put a dot of Nouveau drops on there. I'm just doing all the little things to get them put together good. I'm going to work on the eyes next. The eyes, I've had this before, people have asked. Basically the white and the black are the same size on most of the Scrapping Book Designs patterns. So what I do is I just offset it just a slight bit. And in this case, I'm going to put, this is going to be the, if you're looking at the bear straight on, this is going to be the right eye. So I want the white over to the right, if that makes sense. And then we'll come in with the left eye, do the same thing. These eyes, I just really noticed it better now. I don't know how well it'll pick it up. There is a flatter side, not by much, and then they're a little bit more curved side. I'm putting the flatter side to the inside. Try to pick this up, and as you can see again what I'm doing. Okay, I think it shows just a little bit more prominently on the white. There's just a little bit more of a flat side on one side. Now, if you wanted, you could certainly fix this in your cutting program and just have one of the eyes cut a little bit, the white part cut just a slightly bit bigger. I don't do all of that, so, but you know, option to do that. Next, I'm going to put the circles in the ears. I'm kind of all over the place with my paper piecing ideas. I think I have to go back and look, but I think this piece is going to work for a scrapbook layout that I saw a sketch for, or I think it was already done up, but I thought, oh, this will work good for that. So I have to go back and look at that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my ears on, and then I will start putting this little bear together. And again, I don't put my ears up quite as high as sometimes they look on the picture. And the smaller you're working pieces with, the more the picture on the internet, or the, you know, when you get with the file, the final picture, the finished picture, can be a little bit deceiving. Not a lot, but just where pieces actually look like they are. So now I'm going to put her head on, I'll say crooked, at an angle. How about that? Not really crooked, because there's no right or wrong way. I hope you guys are remembering that. But I want her to be looking up a little bit. So I'm going to wait with the hat. I've got her little piece for her muzzle, and I've got her nose over there. So next I'm going to put the eyes in, so I kind of know where I want them. Okay. I try not to put a lot of glue on the backs of the eyes in case I do need to end up moving them around a little bit, but that's okay. I'm just going to put the lid on the glue a minute, because I'm going to work on the eyes. And apologize, I need to, oh, I guess I forgot the paintbrush. I thought I have everything I needed out for today. Of course I don't. I have to take my glasses off to work that close up. And hope I don't get my head in there. I apologize. Sunday afternoon and I haven't really woke up yet, so pick it up and look at it before I start doing anything else to see what I need to do. I just want to get a little bit of chalk on first. And I can see here, I know. Whoa, tried to put my glasses on. That did not work at all. I feel like I have just a little bit there. Okay, going to call it good. And attempt to putting the black around the eyes. So just, again, I don't have my glasses on, so hoping I do this right. Give her some eyelashes. Sorry, I'm not good at talking when I'm doing the eyelashes, unfortunately. Any of the detailing for that matter. Concentrating on what I'm doing. I'm gonna go ahead and put some eyes in her already. And then we can go back and put, before I put the nose on, the muzzle, I'm gonna put a little bit of chalk on her cheeks. It's easier to do it now than later, so I could come back and erase what I need. Should be using a small pom-pom for here, but we're gonna go with this. And I see I have just a little bit on her eye here. Apologize, the sun coming in. I hope you can see okay. Don't want to close the blinds either, because otherwise I don't get much sunshine sometimes. It's been so dreary. So okay. And I'm bringing her muzzle piece, I'll show you from the back, down the slightest bit. I am going to shut the blinds a little bit. Excuse my chair. I'm afraid you won't be able to see very well otherwise. If I can find the turner. There. Just trying to get it so I get a little light, but not there. I hope that'll work until the sun comes around further. And as I was mentioning, you can see just the slightest bit in here. I've brought her muzzle part down just the slightest bit. It's kind of large to me, but it's the way the piece is set up, so we'll just come down and wanted here, my little gel pen to get that little white on the nose. Okay, so I want to make sure her dress is still straight when I kind of finish her now, because otherwise she's going to be wonky. So I'm going to put the hat on. I'm just putting a little bit of glue toward the top of her head, and then I have a little bit on the back of the hat. And okay, with that. Now let's put this little bow on before I lose it. See, I already managed to drop it. Put it about right here. Not sure if there's a right or a wrong or how it is on the pattern, but okay. Now, here's where I had a struggle in design space. Not necessarily that it will be when I'm working with it. So I know this arm is going to come here. That was not the problem. The problem was the legs. They are, maybe if I kind of try to figure them out together here. Let's see. It was where they were. That's what I need to do. Okay, put one on top of the other. A lot of times I can get them on paper, but they don't come together in design space properly. So let's see. Had it here a little bit, but we'll go with that. And then we're just going to put a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue on the dress. And again, remember, we want to keep her dress straight. I'm just going to, yeah, we're good with that. And then the arm. If you can see, there's a little thumb indentation, so that's going to come yep. She actually sits on top of the word America. So let's see where we're at here. And then we have her other little hand piece. And that just goes like that. So it's just resting there. So let me come in, see what I can manage for a little bit of detailing here. I will put the glue on her bow, in the center of her bow off camera, because I'll have it all over otherwise, and I will be so upset. Just the way things happen for me. Okay, I want to do a little bit of white. Scientific method there of getting rid of too much chalk. Okay, we're gonna leave her alone. Sometimes she's cute. Sometimes pieces look better when they're bigger, but let's put her, she's just kind of kind of right in the middle here, and I think that's going to be really cute. So let's just put a little bit of glue on the tops here and a little bit on the bottom of her. I want the letters still to show fairly much. Okay, so there is that finished piece. And that's how what I did was I took this piece, basically, this is the front of the little caddy, and I used that as my design to determine, okay, how big do all these pieces need to be? That's how I figured my measurements. I have to be kind of careful because of that yellow up there not being dry, but that's how I figured it out. So thank you for watching this and for staying for the full video if you did. I appreciate that. There are some other pieces I'll be putting in together and making to go with this set. But so far I do want to thank everybody for joining me. Have a great day.